Woohoo! Hello, bright and shiny beacon of light. I'm Michael Sandler, your host on Inspire Nation. Thank you for your patience here this evening as we're starting a little, I don't know if I would say late, but I had a 500-mile drive to do last night and this morning. So we're starting at 7:30 instead of 7:15. And for tonight, thank you so much for your patience and your love. We are going to have a very, very special show tonight. A channeling I did with Archangel Michael that typically I do the morning of an event. Today, because of this drive, basically we had some warranty issues with our RV. So I drove it from northern Vermont, almost to the Canadian border, down to Hartford, Connecticut, and then last night, and then drove back with the tow vehicle up to Vermont today. So I channeled yesterday, Archangel Michael, and I was really happy with the channeling. And by that, I mean, I have no claim to fame. I teach automatic writing. I teach you how to do this, and I can do this, and you can do this as well. But I'm not trying to make a career out of being a medium or a channel. In fact, I get very uncomfortable channeling predictions with Archangel Michael. And as you see, typically he gives me more of the energetic side of things rather than just the, there's a volcano coming, there's an earthquake, there's a flood, that sort of thing. He does give me some of that, but a lot of it comes in the energetic side of things. But that's actually part of what I'm most excited about, even though there is a big volcano in the world today, and other things coming, is the energies right now. And so I really want to talk with you about the energy tonight. In fact, maybe in the future we will call it some sort of a monthly energy report or something of the sort. I'm not sure. It's always being channeled through Archangel Michael, but these terms, whether we call them angels or guides, it's all higher energetic beings that are here to help us, to guide us on our path. So let's get into it. Let's play and see where we get. We'll do a brief Q&A before the end. I do have a very special, two quick things. First off, subscribe. If you haven't done so, subscribe. It is the number one way to help us, to help you, to keep the channel going. On top of that, we have, subscribe and like. On top of that, we have our School of Mystics, 4 Wednesdays every month. I'll be telling you a little bit about that later on, but oh my gosh, what an amazing School of Mystics we have coming up on harnessing this energy of June and transforming it into something positive, or turning chaos into positive fuel. All right, where do we go with things? I was very excited when I started channeling yesterday, and I heard that the energies of this month are softer. And I would agree with that completely. So we have this huge earthquake in Italy right now, but fortunately, everybody's able to get out. Everybody's able to get to safety. A lot of the world, and Middle East isn't that way, but a lot of the world right now, there are very dramatic events taking place. The fires in Canada, but people are at this point, and God, I send rain, are able to get out in time. That's kind of this softer energy right now. And so what I'm told is that what's going to happen is we were planning, is planning the right word? It was going to be a month with energies over the top, and overheated energies and overloaded energies. What's happening right now, though, is June is coming in softer. She's not coming in with the roar or the punch the way July and August is. It's almost as if, in the Northeast, where I am, this is Lake Champlain plain behind me, if you can see that, 6th largest lake in America. It's coming in with more water, with more softness to it, even though waters can certainly create floods. So if we look at this and what's going on, and we're going to talk more about the energy, June's energy is softer right now. And so Archangel Michael has been talking about riots coming for the summer. And he says not specifically in June now. Said there will be the fire of all fires, a flood of all floods. Oh, gosh. And there will be one big volcano on the horizon. I actually said this yesterday. I wonder if that's today's volcano or not. But not the big one with earthquakes, though there will be several smaller ones. Not the big one at this time. Here's where Archangel Michael gets interesting. He said yesterday to me, I congratulate you. I congratulate you? And he's saying that to all of this. I congratulate you. Oh, and somebody's saying they don't get the daily woohoo anymore. Let Aya Bear know, because we have a daily Woohoo newsletter. It still goes out every day. It even went out today as I am driving down the road. Thank you, Ann Bear, one of our amazing Dream Team members. I was getting here to congratulate you because the biggest fires, earthquakes, floods, seismic disruptions, and most importantly, seismic disruptions of political nature have been staved off for a month or two. What does that mean? I felt like starting the show tonight by saying, congratulations, we've done it. What does that mean, we've done it? When you focus on a positive outcome, when you focus on a positive shift, when you don't focus on the gloom and doom news or social media or anything else that's out there, and I don't mean there aren't things to take action on, but when you place your focus firmly where it belongs on the most amazing, magnificent future, what do you get? A more magnificent, amazing future and a softness to where you're at right now. So what I'm told is the riots have been staved off. The political explosion, tour de force that's coming this summer has been staved off by at least a month or two and could be longer depending on the decisions you make. So this energy has been abated. That's tonight's message. So tonight's message is a message of manifestation, certainly. It is a message of hope, absolutely. And in fact, that hope and manifestation is shrouded in a message of predictions. But the biggest prediction right now coming this month is an energetic prediction. What does that mean? And I'm going to adjust my camera here for a second because I can't actually see. Usually I like to be able to see things in the camera. But I came back just a few hours ago. That's better. I came back just a few hours ago from this what was a beautiful trip. Energy trumps physicality every day of the week. Or you could say energy determines physicality every day of the week. If we focus on the energies of June being calmer or safer or being a little more rounded around the edges rather than sharp, meaning stuff is still going down, but it's working itself out. If we focus on that, then we help July and August to be calmer as well. Because right now, what Archangel Michael is saying, the energy of June is calmer than that of July, and certainly of an over-the-top August. But I'm here to say it doesn't have to be an over-the-top August if we focus on the softness now. And this is important to understand because certainly we are being set up right now for an over-the-top August. Michael, what do you mean? The earth is being pumped with, or we could even say pummeled with energy. Look at the solar flares over the last few days. And we have had some amazing magnetic storms today as well, which means, particularly in Europe tonight, there will be amazing northern lights. I'm hopeful we'll see them here tonight. I think there's a blue sky. I didn't deliberately look, but I'm driving down the road in the rain last night and didn't see it. I did get out of the RV at 3 a.m, but I was stumbling around. I didn't see it then either. But hopefully tonight you can see it. But that is the energy being pumped in right now. So literally and metaphorically, by the end of the summer, it's going to feel too hot, too stagnant, too smoky, too fiery, too much energy. And that's when things pop. But it doesn't have to be that way. And certainly, if we're talking about on terms of manifestation, because tonight is partially a manifestation talk. If we're talking about manifestation, it is easier to create with our mind's eye when things are calmer. Why? Squirrel. No. I guess it's a squirrel. Southern comfort, that is. It's because when there are too many distractions, it's hard to place our focus where we desire. So we talk about summertime as being, it's now the time of the blockbuster movie, but there are blockbusters coming around each and every city block potentially, but not yet. Now is a month you can do things. Now is a month you can step forward. You can focus. This is very important to understand. If you're looking to manifest, we've been shifting our show. I don't know if you've been seeing the new format. We're tightening things up. My guess is if I can line up the guests, when I line up the guests, I may even go to 2 shorter shows a week. How does it get any better than this? We have our meditation program that we're working on getting out. We have all this other good stuff that we're focusing on, and even getting Tintin, the RV, in for repair work. We're focusing on in June because it's a month that's easier to focus. It is a month what we could call the month of our dreams. That would be June this year. So this year in the School of Mystics, or this month in the School of Mystics, we're teaching people how to transform the chaotic energy, and there's a bunch of chaos around, into an energy of manifestation at the highest level. Not because the chaos is highest in June, but because the energies around are those of transformation. This is a month to celebrate. This is a month to come out of the cocoon. This is a month to try things new. This is a month to get out and explore. And yes, this is a month of choosing how you wish to live or where you wish to live moving forward. Super important to think about. Most importantly, this is a month where you can take the energies, mold them, sculpt them, transform them, surf them, and turn them into powerful creations. This is your month of creation. How does it get any better than this? I'm also going to clap on the mic. I don't have it open. This is our new studio mic. It came 2 nights ago, but we had a class. Oh, no, it came before an interview, after a class, and then before I drove yesterday. So I haven't even opened up the box for our new audio video equipment. This is a month of creation. This is a month of great change. This is a month to celebrate all of this. And guess what happens? There is a feedback loop in process. The more you focus on what you can create, the more you. So I've got somebody saying joy, and somebody has to spell squirrel. 444 is the number of your angels. The more, and we can go to the angels with that 444. The more that we anchor in the energy of creation this month, what happens? The more we not only anchor in and create this month, somebody was just mentioning about casting a stone or something, but we throw a stone into the waters of the universe that create for the rest of the summer as well. Doreen, what color is the mic? Flesh tone. I'm going with one of the, goes a little over the ear and comes down this tiny little thing here so I can be expressive and emote and not have this giant microphone in front of me. My first time going to do this. I bought one and tried it a couple of years ago. Didn't like the sound quality. So I have now gone with what the mic store called the Lamborghini. The Lamborghini of microphones. Because I want my hands free. I want to emote. I want to share with you even more and not have this thing in between us. But this is part of the point, not the thing in between us. What do you wish to create at this time? So let's talk a little bit about some of these specific energies, and we're going to bring it back to this creation. So we've got fires coming up, clearly, big fires. What do fires do? Well, not good things on the surface, but they allow something new to be born. So what do? We surrender and get the heck out of the way, and then use it for positive transformation. Okay, there's a fire. Okay, I need to move. Anybody who thinks I'm making light of this, please understand, my stuff is still in storage in Colorado from 5 years ago when we were chased out from wildfire. Oh, we get it. My hope was to repatriate my stuff in June of this year, but there are lots of other things going on, so I do hope I can get there before the end of the summer. We use these events for powerful, positive transformation. In the past, in the channelings I've done with Archangel Michael, we've talked about a message of love, of focusing on love, of being in the love. And that is a powerful message. But June goes beyond that. And so we're going to talk about that love, but we want to take it to the next level. June is coming out to be a softer month because of the energetic work that you've done. I get to congratulate again. I get to thank you again. Why? You haven't just focused on all gloom and doom. You haven't just focused on all the news. You haven't just focused on all of the Holy Moses stuff. Although somebody's mentioning cold fusion. I'm happy to focus on the positive stuff. But you haven't focused on all the gloom and doom you've allowed in the positive into your heart, into your soul, into your beingness. And so what you're doing is you're literally changing the channel. So when you say, I don't want to watch all the gloom and doom, what do? You change the channel. Nobody actually turns a dial typically anymore. But in a sense, you do. You switch the channel to another station. You switch the channel inside of yourself, literally and metaphorically, to focus on a different result. This is to be applauded. This is coming from Archangel Michael. It's to be applauded. It's to be continued or commended. And it's to be continued thricefold. We get to continue our internal vigils, not really protests, but our internal vigils and internal visions, not against anything. Please don't make this a month against anything. Make this a month for something. What do you want June to stand for? What do you wish to stand for in June? A month where we find our forever home. A month where I find my forever partner. A month where I find my greatest health. Woohoo! A month where I find my forever job, my new job, my permanent job, my creative job. My health, my wealth, my beingness, my peace, my sanity. What do you wish this month to be about? Then let your internal and external actions speak for what you want, not wish you do what you do not want, and for how you want things to go. Gladys, there are big fires in Canada. There's no doubt about it. And lots of love and lots of prayers and doing all my best. And I want all of us to do all our best to imagine rains coming. Rains coming to Manitoba. Rains coming to the Midwest. Rains coming and clearing the air. And then we get to look beyond that and imagine as our hearts soften, we start to choose new leadership, or we become the leaders that choose to put an end to the climate crisis, which is creating these fires. Whether you believe it comes from humanity or not, we have the power to do something about it. We envision it internally and externally. This is being done. You are doing this. So I love it. Where time has no place. A month I find my new creative job. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, rain. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. This is not the month to go quiet or to go quiet into the good night or the dark good night, nor a time to rage against the machine. Please don't rage against anything this month. It's going to be easy to be sucked into rage in July, particularly in August, in the current paradigm. So Darren Rip is saying chemtrails. All right. Can you envision, Darren, a future where you can see across the lake, mountains in the distance, without them in a perma-haze? Can you envision that? Envision it rather than they're doing this to us. Feel the difference in energy. So I do the tiniest little touch base, tiniest. I time it usually a few seconds. I went a little bit longer tonight of checking in with the news source that I go to. Not perfect. Oh my God, not perfect. But I check in before I do an event like this so I know what's going on. 3, 4, 5 seconds in, I feel the ick. I feel the dread. Why? Because by design, they're trying to hook up and get you in sync with a panic, fear, nervous system, which creates more panic, fear. Don't fall for it. particularly as the energies go up in June. You see it, you sense it, you get the hell out. And you put your focus where it belongs, on what you wish to create. So, if you asked me my mission, I like to say, it's to help people shine bright. What does that mean? It means to discover you're a creator, to discover you are the universe, to discover just how powerful you are. Shine bright is easiest in the northern hemisphere when it is the brightest time of year. Hello, June, when there are colors everywhere. Hello, visible auras. This is actually a very easy time in the northern hemisphere, supported by the universe, to shine even brighter. So we could call June the brightest month. And I've done some math on this. Technically, it's hard to say. It's a toss-up between June and July because solstice is late June. What is it, 21st, 22nd? Conversely, it does have the longest day of the year in the northern hemisphere. It is the brightest day in a month of illumination, or a time where you can see the world more brightly. It's illuminated the longest. Out of this illumination comes pure goodness and greatness. Let me repeat this. And somebody, happy early 90th birthday, June. Oh my God, 90th birthday to somebody here, June. I'm not sure if that's reality or if we're saying the month of June, but happy birthday. I only catch a tiny bit of what is in the chat here. This bears repeating. Happy birthday bears repeating. Also, out of this illumination, out of this month of incredible brightness. And the sun is finally out. It has been raining a very lot here in northern Vermont, actually on the whole Northeast. Out of this pure illumination comes pure goodness and greatness. So bring your ideas into the light. Write them down. Go sit by the water. Go sit outside. Sit on a park bench. Sit on your stoop, wherever you can. Get out into the light and get your ideas out there. Bring your ideas out into the light. Bring your paradigm shifts out into the light. Bring your pattern interrupts out into the light. Pattern interrupt. Do things differently. Do things differently. You will see them differently as well. All of the goodness you've ever wanted to try, you ever wanted to do, you ever wanted to see how things would turn out, this is the time to do it. The rest of the summer may be mayhem and chaos. We don't know yet. And in the School of Mystics, I'm preparing you that if that happens, we're going to turn all that energy into greatness. But right now, even though there are fires, and huge ones, even though there's a volcanic eruption and a not small one, even though we have massive flooding and storms and other things coming, it's still a time we can create. The fuel you're being hit with right now is not the fuel of gloom and doom, but a fuel of powerful, positive change. We left Colorado. I miss Colorado very dearly. All sorts of greatness, including Hannah Bear, we had 3 miscarriages in Colorado, came after we left Colorado. I still love it. I was wearing my Colorado sweatshirt earlier today. But great goodness, great amazing stuff, great greatness, there's no other way to put it, came because of the fires, not despite them. Fires are metaphorical and literal, of course, agents of change. They represent great change that is needed on the inside, that is then represented on the outside. So what's happening right now, what's going to happen later in the summer, is people are upset. People are boiling over. People have inner rage that says, I can't live this way anymore. And that's why the fires that sprouted up now, to me, many of them actually came from last year, smoldering under the surface, in the peat, beneath the surface. The smoldering fires took off. Guess what? many of us have smoldering fires inside of us as well. So Kathleen says, I love living in Colorado Western Slope. So I'm a Colorado College graduate. I'm a CSU graduate. We last lived in Basalt, Colorado, kind of in the middle, but more towards the Western Slope. Love the whole of the state. Here's the dealio. The smoldering fires come back up to be healed. That's what's going on right now, which means so many of us have smoldering fires inside of ourselves that get to be brought out now. That's where we get to play. This is a month. So there are 2 times of the year that are easiest to look at the darkness within us. Solstice and solstice. Meaning June, solstice, December solstice. Why? The brightest time of the year makes it easiest to see or to be in the light. And the darkest time of the year makes it easiest to see what is smoldering under the surface. Either way, we get to look under the hood. We get to look at the shadows. We get to bring things up. Remember, A, it's always darkness before the dawn. That is almost literal rather than metaphorical. B, nothing feels as scary once it's brought into the light. Nothing seems as scary once it's brought into the light. The light abounds right now. Even though, yes, it was socked in cloud for weeks. It was wild. But it means we get to look under the hood. We get to look at the shadows. We get to clear the traumas, wounds, blocks, everything you can. If you join the School of Mystics tonight, you got to go back to last Wednesday's clearing. I'll let people in the School of Mystics in the chat tell you about the clearing. Oh my God, was it powerful. We get to clear at this time and then aim our energies outwards in a new direction. Aim your energies outward in a new direction. What does that mean? It means you see these wounds, you work on these wounds, you get to heal these wounds, you feel so much more energized. So I came back. Last night I left it. What did I leave? Because it took many days to get the RV ready to go. And then yesterday, a huge push to get out because I had to fully unpack everything. And I was on the road by 8 p.m. last night. I parked miraculously just after midnight last night, was back on the road early again, and then dropped off the RV and then was back driving until I got back here early this afternoon. Jessica's feeling under the weather. And so I told her, give it to me. I have energy to spare. And yes, I am going to sleep like a rock tonight. But we all, in a sense, can tap into the light right now. And we can tell ourselves this. 5 key words. I think it's 5. I have energy to spare. 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 Why? Energy does not come from you. It comes from the greater version of you, but it does not come from you. Which means you can do a silly drive like I did. Please don't do it every day. Make sure you're safe about it. But you can do that and still have energy to spare. Because there's all this amazing energy all around. Because of the fires, the floods, the solar storms, the solar flares. Because of all of it. There is no such thing as bad energy. Energy is neither good nor bad. It is simply energy. And you can start scooping it up. Yes, that's why I'm teaching the School of Mystics this month, so you can scoop up all of it. But you can start to do it right now if you simply say, I have energy to spare. You start grabbing this energy on a subconscious level and bringing it in and kind of putting it in your little satchel, your little pouch. You're bringing in this energy. What gives you more energy? Do the work. So Kathleen saying the clearing was amazing. Mia saying the clearing was amazing. Do the work. Whether that's clearings, whether it's journaling, whether it's walking in a forest and screaming at the top of your lungs, I get to get this out of me. Do the work right now And you will find, somebody's mentioning oregano oil, you will find even more energy. So we've talked a little bit about fires. Let's talk just a little bit about floods. And yes, what I'm told is there are big, and I get this in all caps, big storms coming this year. And I'm told, I'm going to read you the exact words from Archangel Michael. Now, as for floods, and yes, there are big, and we emphasize, he often talks as a plural, big storms coming this year, just not that early on. Worldwide storms, worldwide meaning the storms are not just in the Gulf, but places will not get as lucky this year in the current paradigm. From Asia through Florida, and yes, even in the Gulf. In the current paradigm, that's what's important to me. We focus on the softness. We focus on the love. We focus on a better outcome. I always like to talk about Hawaii, which is kind of my home away from home. We lived there on Maui for 3.5 years. Miss it very, very dearly. Another one of those stories where we got to leave. Jessica was very sick with mold toxicity at that time. And we were living on the side of Haleakala, the large volcano on Maui. And we were being punted off of Maui. We'd soaked up all of this good energy and we got to bring it to the world. Hawaiian Islands are funny. They have not always been spared of hurricanes, but a funny thing tends to happen when a hurricane has Hawaii in, I'm going to say dead to rights, or in its target, or a bullseye, you could say, on Hawaii. Storm after storm after storm blows apart. Could it happen that it takes a direct hit? It has happened. Kauai in particular. It has happened other places, Big Island. And it probably will over time happen again, cancel, clear, release. But there is such a strong belief system on Hawaii, and on the islands of Hawaii, I'd say certainly Maui as well, that the elders will protect them, that something will happen and the storm will dissipate. And the Hawaiians focus on these beliefs, and it comes true more often than not. It comes true. This is what we get to do worldwide. This is what Aya Bear and Ann Bear in the Philippines get to do. This is where people in Taiwan get to do. If you're in Australia, get to do. Wherever you are, get to do. Certainly the Gulf, certainly Florida, certainly Mexico, get to do. We focus on the softer, gentler outcome. Even if we get the softer, gentler outcome, we still get to look at, I like saying get to, it's a choice. We get to look at what the flooding represents. And yes, the Southeast has not escaped it. The Midwest has not escaped it. And my heart goes out because it seems that the people who get hit with flooding the most are the least able financially to be resilient from it in the short term. Though I believe in the long term, it can be very positive for people. Flooding represents washing away the old, allowing in the new. That's where we're at in the world. As the world heats up, what happens? More water evaporates, goes into the atmosphere. More water in the atmosphere, more crazy rains, which wash away the old to allow in the new. We are being bathed in a new energy right now. We can choose to take it in. We can choose to feel out what may be coming. And then we get to choose to ask how we rebuild. I was working with a coaching client earlier this week who is in Manitoba near some of the fires. And I'm like, do you have your go bag? Check. Do you have your plans in place? Check. Do you know what you would do on the other side of it? Check, check, check. This gentleman not only knows what is prepared, but knows how they can transform if something were to happen. And in his business, they're able to transform. It's a business for helping people, able to transform now to help people better, even because of what's taking place. That's the thing. Take the time right now. If you say, well, I'm in an area that could flood, take the time right now to look ahead. Certainly insurance, certainly ways out of town. Look at everything and say, wow, June is a month of reinvention. How do I reinvent myself if something happens? How do I reinvent myself if I get to leave? How do I reinvent myself if all that I have is gone? I remember, didn't plan on bringing this up. Many years ago, 20 years ago? 21 years ago? 20 years ago. I was in Fort Collins, Colorado, double CSU graduate, go Rams. And I sold my home. I needed a new start. Sold my home. I had put everything into storage and moved to Boulder, Colorado. Went back up to Fort Collins and emptied my storage unit by giving away or selling almost every single thing and taking almost nothing with me. I was going from, at that point, a career in sales and marketing and design, clothing design. Oh, it was fun. It was really cool being in the fashion industry. And I was leaving it all behind for something new. And I took almost none of it with me. Now we're actually heavy. We travel with a lot of stuff with the RV, although not that much. But there was a cancel, clear, release. There was a lightness to letting it all go. Fires, floods, storms help promote that lightness. We want to do what we can for safety, which is why we have our go bag, which is why we have our plans, which is why we always say, if this happened, what would I get to do? But it allows you, the fires, the floods, the cleansing, allows you to reinvent yourself. Understand, these aren't wordless warnings. I'm not saying there's floods coming, be prepared. Understand, you have more control of your world than you could ever imagine. You have more control of your world than you could ever imagine. You control your world through your energy, through your voice, your tonality, through your visions, through how you speak and hear to yourself. All of it is how you control the world. Now, if we envision different leadership, and not just one person, but the entire, and it's a worldwide phenomenon right now. I had to look up the term, gerontocracy. A worldwide phenomenon of much older leaders. If we envision a new generation taking over, a new generation helping us all rise up, helping us all have peace and harmony, helping us all to breathe easier, we will have that. If we have enough people envision the fires ending, the floods subsiding, a healthier, happier, balanced planet. Yeah, but they say if we cross 1.5, and we've already crossed it once, if they say we cross 2.0, and we're about to have that, guess what, folks? There's this thing called AI. Not big, bad AI. There's this thing called AI which says that human development, technological development, everything we can develop is already going, bink! Oh, there's not a possible solution. Oh, yeah, there is. It's probably already out there. Oh, there's no way we can have free energy. Oh, yes, you can. Oh, there's no way we can clean the air. Oh, yes, you can. Oh, we don't have the resources for. Oh, yes, you can. And we will. Once we envision it, once we see it in our heart, we've crossed a point of no return. We've crossed a point of no way back to that old stagnant energy. There's no way we can go back to May, let alone we can't even go back to June 1st. And that's a good thing. We envision it in our hearts. Certainly, if you're on a coast, have a plan or consider moving inland. All the homes we've lived in Florida, we are always asking, what's the proximity to water? What could take place? What do we need to be aware of? Where do we need to keep things? Is everything safe? What would we do if something took place? We all get to do the same right now and or get the heck out of there. Most importantly, though, we're going to begin to wrap things up shortly. Ask for assistance. Don't go any of this alone. Last night, All right, I'm driving. My plan last night was to drive for a couple hours. Once I got tired, to stop at a rest area in the RV and sleep for the night and go the next day. And I get through Vermont and I pass a couple rest areas. Both I stop and stretch my legs. And it said like last rest area in Vermont. It also said the rest areas are open only from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Small populated state, or small population in the state. And then I'm like, all right, I'll go just a little bit further. No more rest area. No more rest area. Okay, it's getting toward 10:30. I'll stop at the next rest area. No rest area. It's 11 o'clock. I'll stop at the next rest area. No rest area. Okay, I need to get gas, get some gas, get back in. 11:30. Get to 11:58, 11:59. I've got multiple GPSs going. I'm scanning, and I'm not finding any rest areas, which I've never experienced before. All right, it's time. I need to sleep. What do? I'm asking for help. Go to a Walmart. Huh? There's no Walmarts around. There's no exits around. I'm not in a populated area. But okay, let me punch in Walmart in the GPS. Turn in 0.6 mile. Oh, there's the exit. Turn. Whoa, there's a Walmart right there. Turn, park. Somewhere between 3 and 4 minutes from when I said, I am asking for help, to where I was crawling into bed in the RV. This is a time we don't, yes, Christy, it was fun. It is fun. We don't go it alone. We call in assistance. We see it, we feel it, we ask for it. No one outruns a wildfire or gets out of its way. We do something well in advance if we can. That calls on asking for assistance. So there's going to be a lot of rebuilding to be done this year. A lot. Let's be honest. The Archangel Michael is saying the big fire of big fires of big fires. It's going to be a lot of rebuilding. Something great can come out of it. And in June right now, somebody's saying stop up on cheap park tires. In June right now, focus on how you wish to see your future. Don't focus on the details. Rebuild in your heart first, then see it in the world around you. Rebuild in your heart, and you'll see fires and floods abate. Floods don't end when we focus on what's after the floods. Floods end where we imagine that there are no longer floods. Ooh. Don't put the floods and fires out and vice versa. What does that mean? It means right now there's this giant bowl of water, we could say, called Earth. It swings to one side, we get giant fires. It swings to the other side, we get floods. We do not focus on the violent swishing of the bowl. We focus on what's in our heart, how we can heal. What's the energy, the rage that's simmering inside of us, that fire that needs to come out to be healed? Get it up and out. We focus on the water, which is the clearing, the purification, and what's coming on the other side. And water, if you ever have dreams where you're swimming, it's about your emotions. Bring out the rage, bring out the hidden emotions. There you will find calmness in the center. This is the last message for this evening. Then we'll go into a brief Q&A and we'll do a meditation. Feel into, lean into, breathe into a calmer, more peaceful summer. A calmer, more peaceful summer. I can have a calmer, more peaceful summer? Absolutely. How? How do I have a calmer, peaceful summer? Meditate. Take hikes. If it's cool enough and not smoky, go quiet. Focus on an internal practice. This is not lip service, whatever this means. This is not just me saying, oh, go meditate, you'll be fine. I mean it. Manifestation portal. I have difficulty visualizing. I have aphantasia. Write it down. Draw it down. Play with it, manifestation. Don't accept that you have difficulties visualizing. Use every other tool. Grab clippings out of a newspaper. Do they have those anymore? Out of a magazine. Do they have those anymore? Print it on the computer. Find workarounds for everything. But then take time to go quiet. Even or especially with the energies that abound. Take time to do nada. Zippo. Zero. The more time you can take this month to do not a darn thing, the better you will feel, the more that can come up to be healed, the more energy you will have in reserve, and the more you'll be able to play with it. This meditation or whatever practice for you is a lifesaver. Out of it comes all goodness and all greatness, and I know when I say this, so many people will watch. You'll watch this video, yay, it was great. And you'll go to the next video, yay, it was great. And you'll go to the next video, yay, it was great. Or you'll go to a school of mystics, yay, it was great. But you won't take the time to be with yourself. Please. I'd love to help you in the School of Mystics. I'd love to have you watch another video because I believe it will help. How about you watch the internal video of you first? Internal video of you first? Yeah. I take time just about every evening and I turn around. It's getting dark. I can barely see the water out there. And I just sit in my chair. That's when the answers come to me. That's when I change from the inside out. It's when the tumblers come into, the tumblers, the little things that help you open up a safe. Tumbler in place, tumbler in place. They all start to line up when I take that time. This is how you change the world. This is how you change everything. Your world. Through the silence, through the stillness, and yes, then through the visualizations. And I get to do more of this too. So it means, as this wrap-up message, take time on the couch, time on the bed, time in nature, time to just be. Time is on your side. It is. Take the time, forgive me. Take the time to just be. That's what your angels want for you. That's what Archangel Michael wants for you. That is what you get to do in a month of celebration. A month of celebration that we have held off the worst that could come and allowed in the or something better, even if in the news it doesn't seem that way. Even if you're getting the go bag and having to get the heck out of town. Flim-flom, so many places. I send love, I send love, I send love. Even then, something can come of it. And then if you are chased out of town, like I went briefly and was looking at the Canadian fires this evening, what can you do to send love? What can you do to send rain? What can you do to thank the winds for going in another direction? I guess the best direction you can want winds to go is where it just keeps overlapping itself, so it puts itself out, because we don't want to steer it to any other community. Focus on that and focus on those rains coming in. Do it out of love, through love, by love, in love. You will change your world. You'll change my world. You will change the entire world. So now, I want you to get ready. I want you to get set. And I want you to meditate or go quiet and visualize with everything you've got. Yes, a hardcore Zen yang meditation. Oh, I'm ready to meditate. If that's what you take, do it. And lastly, go to gratitude, go to gratitude, go to gratitude. Thank you for the rains. Thank you for the peace. Thank you for the safety. Thank you for the ease. So Diane's saying, I am in my RV looking for my daughter's island off the grid, Lasketti, BC, Canada. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And how does it get any better than this? So, Mackenzie, we work on the tooth pain. We don't push the tooth pain away. We send even love to the tooth pain, and we ask the tooth pain, how are you here to serve me? What can I do to help you? How can we get through this together? All right, let's go to a few questions. Then we'll go to a meditation. Always. From Lit T. I'm answering the question before I read it. Whoops. Do solar flares or surges cause physical pain to flare up? Yeah. By design to help us to take action on those things and see what we can do to heal. Now, if there is no more action that can be taken externally, Lit T, take the energy of the solar flares and imagine it as a glowing white or golden pinkish light and actually healing wherever you have physical pain. So we know that infrared light heals. We know that focusing on light heals. We know that my technique that I've used for years, among others, having a light pen and taking the light pen to parts of your body heals. Why not take the energy of the solar flares, visualize it as this brilliant light, and put it inside of you to help you to heal? Manifestation portal. Can you hear Archangel's voice by channeling? At the beginning, it sounds a little bit more like a booming voice. It's hard to describe. It's not a voice, but it's as if I'm hearing without the hearing channel, and it is a little bit more commanding, shall we say. And then it goes more into the collective, unless I'm specifically speaking to Archangel Michael at that point. Because there are, even behind Archangel Michael, layer of angels and angels and angels and angels and angels. So even when an angel is speaking, or whatever we want to call these divine beings, they are never alone, which is why it slips into the voice of we. He comes through a lot when I do a channeling event like this, so I can answer questions, relatively speaking, that I can't otherwise because he's there and stepping forward. But it is not me dictating this booming voice. That would be interesting, to say the least. Question for Michael about what they are doing to our drinking water and foods. Sylvia, A, you're right. B, you're not right. What do you mean? Of course, they are messing with our drinking waters. They are messing with our foods. Of course, everything is energy. I had on Dean Radin years ago, the head of the Center for Noetic Sciences. And we were literally serious discussion, real world serious discussion about transmuting the energy of a donut. And it was a tongue-in-cheek discussion, but it was real. Meaning, everything we eat is infused with energy. Yes, but there are forever chemicals, believe me. I try not to eat plastics or have plastics on anything. I try to avoid all the PFAS that I possibly can and all of the other the chemical letters and acronyms and everything that I can. But at the end of the day, it's loving up our food and water and envisioning a better food chain. If we don't eat or don't drink out of fear, which is interesting because I've had silly diets that I've been working on to heal my gut to a whole new level this year because I'm a balanced guy. I'm going to play with energy and I'm going to take a modern approach. And so there's been all these foods that I could not, should not, would not eat this spring in particular, but I don't view them as bad. I don't view them as harmful. I don't view them as dangerous. I view this as an energetic game. So you get the best filter that you can, or you get the best alive water that you can. Oh my God, sparkling fountain water that's coming from the earth, living water. That is awesome. We do our best to get the most amazing living foods. We bless all of our foods and we be okay. I'm not a nutritionist. I don't play one on TV. I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on TV. This is not health advice to go to your professional for that. But we do okay with what we've got, and we do not swallow the bitter pill. What's the bitter pill? They did this to me. They did this to the food chain. They did this to the water. Don't swallow that bitter pill. Instead, love it up with all you've got. Solar flares, what are they doing to and for us? They're infusing us with even more energy on a individual level, helping us in that shift, we can say, from the physical persona to the more energetic embodied persona. We can call it 3D to 5D to 7D Mongo, whatever we want to call it. But it's helping us to shift energetically. It is also helping us to burn away the old by bringing the energies over the top. It fuels fires. It fuels electronics popping. It fuels so much. And it brings out whatever inner wounds or inner rage is inside of us. That's why we're at a solar peak right now. All of it coming together at 2025 for things to pop. But we don't have to wait for things to pop on the outside. We can go into his calm, centered, watery state on the inside as well, so that we're not overwhelmed by those energies. Celestiana, I often feel like I make or made the wrong decisions in my life. How do I figure out what is right, especially in these times? Love yourself up, Celestiana. I almost want to say WTF, or I think it was risky business. Sometimes you can't say bleepity bleep or something like that. Celestiana, all of the decisions have brought you to today. Certainly there was an easier path for many of those decisions, but you're here. You're awesome. You're rocking it. You're perfect. That's not just tongue-in-cheek, Celestiana. I was gifted, have been gifted, it's in my DNA, it's somewhere inside of me, with what I call the screw-up gene. Which is to say, both of my parents feel they've screwed everything up. Both of their parents probably would say they screwed everything up. And then we've been taught that my sister and myself, that we are just huge screw-ups, no matter what we do. First off, it's bullshit. Secondly, so what? Michael, if I screwed it up, that's it. No, you cannot screw it up. You cannot screw it up. You can have it an easier way. You can have it a harder way. But you can't screw it up. What do? Follow the heart even more. Love yourself up even more. Step in a pail, step in a puddle, step in the mud. Love yourself up even more. Especially during these times when the whole rest of the world wants to give the beat down on you. Don't give the beat down on you. Instead, love yourself up. I just made a decision that I think is horrific. I can't believe I just did X, Y, or Z. It's okay. It's okay. I'm the goofball. Jessica's like, why are you putting stuffies in the background? So I've got my stuffy coyote there. I've got my stuffy squirrel who's taught many a class, Southern Comfort there. Why? I'm a goofball. I'm funny. Might scare people away. I'm me. I make mistakes. Totally and completely. And it's all perfect. It is all perfect. That's what you get to know, Celestiana. A few more questions and let's get into a meditation. And I see like 8 or 10 more questions here. A few more questions we're going to take, and then we're going to get into a meditation. Let me see how quickly I can get through a few of these. Matthew, does this mean June will be the easiest month? No. It means it will be the easiest month, easiest month at the moment of the summer. But we've got a lot of year left. But it will be the easiest of the summer before things really crank up, which means we get to do that work now. The fun work. As Nina is saying, enjoying life, having fun. Absolutely. Amanda, advice for dealing with my 27-year-old who had 2 brain surgeries, heartbreak from a breakup. It's rough for mom, too. All right, Amanda, and I send so much love. First off, what can we do to put the oxygen mask on you first? What can we do to put the oxygen mask on you first? Secondly, are you there with him? Are you as close to him as you can be? What can you do to connect with him even more? Thirdly, what can you do to go into meditation or go into visualization and see him surrounded by angels, surrounded by assistance, surrounded by love, and hang out with him there in that space? If you see my eyes drifting, I'm looking to see Amanda over on the side. Spend time with him on the other side of the veil, but don't spend time with him alone. call in all the help you can, and then you can all sit vigil with him. And actually, you can go beyond that. You can ask them to do psychic surgery, or you can ask for the tool, and you can imagine yourself even going in this meditative state and going in and healing his brain. You're taking a light and you go in there and you clean things up. Work on him. He's your son. You have total and complete permission. Go work on him on the other side and have fun with it. And guess what happens? It helps him to heal. Lastly, do some ho'oponopono for him. Picture him, which is very easy for you to do. Put that image of him into your heart. And before you go to bed every night, I love you. Please forgive me. This is not about you saying sorry to or for him. I love you. Please forgive me. I am sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I am sorry. Thank you. Think of him. You're not saying this to him. What you're doing is you're healing your heart, which is going to heal his heart. I love you. Please forgive me. I am sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I am sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I am sorry. Thank you. That's where I want you to play, Amanda, with everything you've got. Of course, you know this. And of course, my guess is he's not ready for it. If and when he is, oh my gosh, let's get him into the School of Mystics. Let's get him in. But right now, let's do energetically to help get him through and to get that oxygen mask on you first. I send so much love. I truly mean that, Amanda. All right. From Chris, Michael, could you please talk about people who seem to complain and yet they hide behind, I have a right to say my piece? Chris, of course they have a right to say their piece. They also have a right to blow up their own future. Not much we can do about that. If they want to complain, that's great. Exit stage right. If they want to complain to your face, that's great. Exit stage left. What we don't need to do, typically, if it's their boss, is a little challenging, is to ingest the complaints. Let them do what they want. A complaint is a poison they take twice. First, they're complaining about the poison that they just had to take, the accident, how somebody treated them, this, that, or the other, and then they go and take it again. And actually, they take it again, and they take it again, and they take it again. Not your path. Don't have to go there. Really. And if you're stuck in that situation, bubble yourself up and love and light. Go and cleanse afterwards. Send love, but do not focus on their complaints, or now you're taking that poison a third time. Elsa is the same with avalanches, just like water when it comes to washing away a place of energy. Avalanches have that same functional perspective. In fact, there was an avalanche of a glacier that broke this week that took out a whole Swiss village, or 90% of a village. It is a washing away or a clearing. The interesting thing is, there's a visual that comes to me of, if you're caught in the edge of an avalanche, there is always a chance, and there's new technology with flotation devices to help you surf up to the surface. I want us all to prepare to surf up to the surface by doing the work now. Last two questions. From Dawn of Creation. How do you know these are divine voices and not those who wish to give a slight truth along with a distracting truth? Dawn of Creation, the technique that I teach is automatic writing. In automatic writing, I put you in this bubble of love and light where, in a sense, you float up to the highest level. At that level, you are not getting the distortions that you can, let's say, with a Ouija board, or just by casting a net and whatever spirit comes on by. And so in that sense, you are going only to the highest divine light. Now, I will say this. Every spirit, every being, everything that comes in, there's a couple key considerations, bunny ears, to think about. One, we all have a filter. Let me be honest about this. Everything I'm sharing to you comes through me. Pulse, human. I have a filter. No matter who or what I am, there is the filter of me. I do my best to share my bias when my bias comes up, but there is always a filter. That's the first part of this. Secondly, when it comes to divine voices. So first we have filter. And what was the second point that I was going to go to? Bear with me. The second point on divine voices Wow, that one's escaping me. Hold on, this is rare. So we have divine voices, we have bunny ears, we have I am always a filter. Oh yes, the second one is they don't give you the whole answer. If the universe, if your angels, if your guides gave you the whole answer, you wouldn't have to do a darn thing. Oh, the world is going to get better. I'll just sit back here. The world's going to take care of itself. The world's going to repair itself. The world's going to heal. The floods are going to end. The wars are going to end. Everything's going to end. I'm just going to kick back now. That's not what this existence is about. So they will give you just enough to step forward on your own learning path, on your own process, on your own healing journey. They will give you that much and not more. So a slight truth, they're going to give you a complete truth, but not the whole truth. Because if you know the whole truth of your existence, there's no point of doing anything here. Okay, you are infinite, you are divine, you are eternal, which I will keep telling you, and you won't fully believe. Because if you fully believed it, if I fully believed it, I could go walk on that water right now and see the whole world is an illusion. I could heal everybody and then I could go home. But I don't fully believe that. But they'll give me enough at least to step forward. Angel Light 444, perfect number for the last question of the evening. How do we sleep restfully without astral, intense processing, etc. disturbances? I've asked Archangel Michael, source for help, set intentions, and listened to peaceful meditations before sleep. Angel Light, you're doing a bunch of the good stuff. I have experienced this too. Not so much from disturbances, meaning negative energies, though those come up on occasion, but from the overwhelming energy of today. I have energy to spare. I have energy to spare. Thank you, I won't even count the number of words, for my beautiful night's sleep. Thank you for my beautiful night's sleep. Thank you for my beautiful rest. Thank you for my beautiful rest. I will wake rested and refreshed. I will wake rested and refreshed. I will wake rested and refreshed. These are things I say to myself often in the evening. And it works. Here in the Sandler household, it may be because of Sir Meowsers, who is up a lot this summer, and maybe some of the energies all around us. It may be because we're up very far north, relatively speaking. People up in northern Canada would say, boy, you're south. You're right. But because of this giant lake here, which just reflects light, it's easy to wake up really early here or have a hard time getting back to bed. And you can still be energized in the process, Angel Light, by relaxing into all of it. So we use these statements to help anchor in, to help us to sleep. And it's okay. I'll look at my watch. It'll say, it shows me on this Garmin here, it'll show me, your sleep numbers were 50 out of 100 again. Your sleep numbers were 31. You may feel exhausted today. You may feel beside yourself. You may just want to crawl back in bed because you just haven't had enough sleep and whatever. You're an energetic being, Angel Light 444, having an energetic experience in human form. No matter what a doctor says, I'm not a doctor, don't play one on TV. No matter what a specialist says, please don't take this as health advice. You are pure energy and pure love. So, you don't get enough sleep. We laugh at it. We cry about it. Seriously, I've been there with all of it. We don't worry about it. We do everything we can for ourselves, and we don't sweat it. So Aya Bear is throwing up one last question here from Debbie Graham. After I said no more questions, but I know when she does that, it's a very important question. From Debbie. Can we clear darkness from our child or loved one? So Debbie, I guess we get to define darkness. So the short answer is yes and heck yes. So if we're defining darkness as wounds and traumas, from a child, we have all the permission in the world. For somebody in our bloodline, meaning a parent, grandparent, something like that, whether it's genetic or not, yes, absolutely. So in our familial line, yes, absolutely. If it is a partner, depends if their higher self will let you in or not. So I do a lot of clearing work on Jessica, but she's given me permission. If that darkness is a being or beingness, or what I call an entity or entities, the same rules apply. So, Debbie, you can certainly go back to the clearing last week in the School of Mystics, and you can certainly use those clearings to go after lots of darkness and traumas and wounds from a child or from a loved one. And again, same rules apply. It may or may not take things off of them. Actually, from a child is absolutely. From a family member, absolutely. From your partner, that not coming out of that familial line, that becomes up to their spirit, their soul, their higher self. As for clearing these entity or entities, same thing. I don't have a... wonder if I'll ever do an event. I bookmark that. That would be one heck of a clearing. I have done clearings before on energy vampires, which starts to get there. I do individual clearing work with people on entity or entities, but I have not done a group clearing yet on entity or entities. So you see me muscle testing here. What I'm getting from the universe is I can do that. Debbie, I'm going to give that a think. Because yes, you can clear with similar techniques to I use. A little bit more advanced, but similar techniques I use. You can clear that darkness from a child or a loved one. And it's not just my technique. I had on Dr. Bradley Nelson about a year ago on similar techniques with emotion code. Oh my God, do I love Dr. Bradley Nelson. Shamanic shamans can help with this work. There are many that can do this clearing work. But Debbie, that's where I would start. And I hope that at least somewhat answers your question. So I'm going to take a sip of water here. And that actually, it's my own concoction of ginger, water, and hot pepper is what I have in here. And then we are going to do a very short and sweet meditation. Before that, what keeps us going? Well, first off, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. That's what keeps the channel going. That's what gives us the juice through YouTube. That's basically what supports the show. So please share, please subscribe, please give a thumbs up. And then if you haven't tried the School of Mystics, we have this spring sale that just keeps on going. So what the heck? Try it out free for a month. Come join us this month. And then after that, it's $20 a month. Come join us and see how we transform the energy in your life this month. You've got everything to gain. 4 Wednesdays each month, recorded and live. So if you can make it live, great, awesome, amazing. If you can't make it live, great, awesome, still amazing. We have attunements where we bring your energy up. We have clearings where we remove wounds, blocks, and maybe we're going to do one on entities coming up. We have powerful group intention meditations, teaching so much more to shift your energy. And I would love to see you there and your family. You're already family. So come join us there. And I'll let Aya Bear put the link there. If you're not ready for that level of commitment, let me offer you something free. Daily Woohoo. What's the daily woohoo? Each and every day, just about each and every day, even today, driving down the road with Super Ann Bear's help, I was able to get out a channeled newsletter to you that brings your energy up each and every day. So it's free. Read this. Read a part of it. Share it with somebody else. Give it to somebody else. It's fun. It's free. dailywoohoo.com. Lastly, I don't, for my automatic writing classes, for my School of Mystics classes, in person, I don't want you sharing that link, but in person, if you want to have a party on the couch, get together 5 people, 10 people, 20 people, however many people fit in your house to attend classes along with you on the couch, go for it. If I've got a clearing class and you want to put it on a big screen and throw it before 50 people, go for it. I just don't want you giving out the link. But if you want to come, because that's your own personal link, but if you want to come and have as many people join you as you can for these healing classes, please do so. Please, please, please. Amanda is saying party on the couch. Absolutely. Have fun with this. Bring friends over. Bring relatives over. Bring your enemies over. What's it? Keep your friends close. Keep your enemies even closer. Bring them all over. Let's shift the world together. All right. So let me have a sip of water. So we've got Daily Woohoo. We've got School of Mystics. I'm sure there was a link given there. Automatic writing. That's a few weeks off before our next course there. What's Thursday's show? I think I need to tell my brother Kyle. Kyle Cease this Thursday. How does it get any better than this? Oh my God, is that going to be an amazing show? That's with Kyle Cease this Thursday. I call this one of the paradigm shifting shows. A hugely positive, powerful paradigm shift where you no longer look at the world the same way again. Please, of course, also make sure, first off, I haven't asked where everybody's from. So put in the chat where you're from and then who you would like to have on. There is at least, I'm coming closer. I'm dipping my toes in the water. There is a very, very high percentage chance that I am going to go to micro views or mini views. I haven't decided which way I'm going to call it, where the interviews are tightened up, a little more nutritionally dense, made a little bit shorter than where we're at now, and I go to 2 shows a week. That is, and plus this, that is my guess as to where we're going, because energetically, those shorter shows I can seem to do without it having the energetic cost or lift of those longer shows. And so I may be able to get even more guests coming on. So I want to know who you want for guests. So we got Iowa, Southern Washington, Vancouver. I love Vancouver. Michigan, Phoenix, more Michigan, Northern Virginia. So I would love to help you out. Let me know where you're from and let me know what guests. Ontario, Atlanta, Brighton, Greg Braden, absolutely. Paul Selig. In fact, Greg, I get to write him a personal note in the next day or so as well. Natalie from Canada. Where in Canada? Across the lake from me. Cool. Houston, BC, Canada. Illinois, Massachusetts. I was in at least one of those states today. Okay. South Carolina. Kyle is great. Oh, wow, that is spicy. Let me take a little more spicy goodness. New York City, which an article just came out calling New York City the friendliest city in America. I didn't see that coming, but that's awesome. New Jersey, India. Manifestation Portal, you made it. Yay. Manifestation Portal was here earlier going, I don't know if I can make it live. You made it. Woohoo. Oh, RJ Spina, San Diego. Long Island, New York, Louisiana. Wow, okay. Florida, North Carolina, OKC. Let's see where we're going for a meditation here tonight. So, somebody asked me earlier, do you hear Archangel Michael? What does that sound like? So I close my eyes here, not my ears. I close my eyes. And I go in my mind's eye, what am I doing for meditation? And I hear calming, peaceful, loving. I think it was work, calming, peaceful, loving work. Calming, peaceful, loving work. Calming, peaceful, loving work. And then I get the picture of a hose calming things down, cooling things down. And so that's where I want to go. So what I'd like you to do is close your eyes here for a minute. Taking a nice, slow, deep breath. In through the nose, down to the belly, and out through the nose. In and out. In and out. One more time. In and out. Now, as you keep on breathing, nice and slow and gentle, in and out through the nose, we're going to form a prayer circle here this evening. So I want you to imagine, where are we? Oh, I want you to imagine that you're on a dry river bed with cracks in the soil and cracked clay everywhere, tumbleweeds going across the riverbed, a hot dust. But then I want to imagine that everybody who's watching this, past, future, and present, has come out to join us and to help shift the energy. And so you take hands of the person to your right on this riverbed, hands of the person to your left on this riverbed. We breathe in together as one, leaning to the right, out as one, leaning to the left, in to the right, out to the left, in and out. As we keep on breathing in and out together as one, we sit down on this dry riverbed, or this dry lake bed, shall we say. We continue breathing in and out, and first we say a prayer. We say a prayer to Manitoba. We send a prayer to Canada. We send a prayer to everyone everywhere affected by fires, affected by heat, affected by smoke. Prayers for clean air, prayers for gentle rains, a prayer for peace, for ease, and for healing. And now that we're in this prayerful, peaceful place, we look at this giant, magnificent prayer circle, a prayer circle of thousands upon thousands of people. And we look toward the center. We see all this cracked clay, this heat, this dust. In fact, maybe it's almost a little uncomfortable to be sitting here. But as we're holding hands and we're focusing on sending gentle waters to those in need, all of a sudden we start to feel little sprinkles on our arms, little sprinkles on our forehead. It almost feels like a fine mist, and the temperature immediately begins to cool. We feel more peaceful. We feel more relaxed, a little more at ease. As these fine particles continue to form, it forms the gentlest, softest rain. Not a rain where you want to go run and hide, but maybe a rain where you almost want to get up and dance, a singing in the rain. But you feel so good. You feel so refreshed. You feel so alive. In fact, you look at the center of the circle and the waters are beginning to pool. First you see the cracks going away. And then you see far off at the center of the circle what appears to be the most amazing puddle forming into clear water. You see it fill a little more, and fill a little more, and fill a little more still as the rains begin to grow gentle but stronger and stronger, until it is the most amazing spring shower you've ever been in. You feel good, you feel great, you feel refreshed. You look back down at the water and you can see that it is filling this lake bed gently, but almost all the way up to you. And it's perfect blue waters. In fact, you wonder, how can the waters be so perfect blue if it's raining from above? But it's the waters reflecting from the heavens up above. It's peaceful, it's perfect, it's blue. And you look into these waters, you look a little bit more carefully, and you realize these waters aren't just sacred waters. This is a mirror pool. Not just a miracle, but a mirror pool before you. What's a mirror pool? It's one where what you look at, what you see, you can truly manifest. For as above, so below. As within, so without. What does this mean? You look into these waters and you imagine whatever it is that you desire. Is it more peace, more health, more happiness? a healthy child after surgery, or after heartache or heartbreak, to return to your home, to have a home, to have the greatest health you've ever had. In this mirror pool of these beautiful new waters, you see whatever it is you desire. And as you focus on it, and as you feel it, something miraculous happens. Well, what could be more miraculous than this? You look up, the rains have stopped, and you see the most magnificent rainbow beginning in the heavens and ending like a pot of gold in the center of this water right before you. How does it get any better than this? And it is almost as if the rainbow energy is carrying your hope, carrying your dream, carrying your vision to the heavens and beyond, and right back down into the water before you. And you go, wow, this stuff works. It really, really works. And so you take another moment now to see in the vision pool, to envision, to feel exactly what you desire, or something even better, beginning now. Now, as you continue to focus on that vision, something funny happens. You feel yourself warming from the inside out. Not a warm of being too hot, but a warm of your heart beginning to glow. A warm of your light body beginning to glow. A warm of your luminescence beginning to radiate in you, through you, for you, and by you. Until sitting here, holding hands, looking at the center, seeing the rainbow, seeing the vision, you realize what a bioluminescent, effervescent, eternal, divine, amazing creator you truly are. And you begin to see your light body. In fact, you look with your your closed eyes. You look at your arms, you look at your legs, you look and you see yourself completely and totally glowing, knowing this is what and who you truly are. And then you look at the center of the circle, which is now this most amazing crimson lake. And you know, as this light body being that you are, you can put whatever image you want on that lake, and you can make it so. And so now I'm going to bring you back if you want to. But I want you to come to these waters anytime you desire. Know that others will be waiting to hold hands with you. And with the power of the group intention, with the power of focusing on the healing of the Midwest and Manitoba, and of the fires abating, the rains coming in, and the rains healing and curing all ills. Know beyond know that in this prayer circle, at this sacred lake, anything you desire and more can and will be yours, or something even better. And as you open up your eyes, knowing a miracle is on its way, how does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Woohoo! All right. Come join us Wednesday for the School of Mystics. I hope you're feeling great. I'm buzzy. I'm tingling. My hands are getting really, really hot. Come join us Wednesday in the School of Mystics. Get the daily woohoo each and every day. Of course, we've got automatic writing. Of course, we've got Kyle Cease on Thursday night. I send so much love your way. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Please thumbs up this if you like this, and share. And then if you join the School of Mystics, bring everybody you can to class. The more, the merrier, and let us shift our energy and vibration and scoop up all of this energy and transform it beyond anything we could ever imagine, or something even better. I send love, and now let us get you the music of my dear sister, quite literally, Ayla Ray. And let's see, all of my buttons have gone all over the place. Cattywampus here. It's not that one. It's not that one. Where we go? Here we go. Okay. Lots of love. Thank you, Dream Team. Thank you, Aya Bear. Thank you, Ann Bear. Thank you. Thank you, Gwen. Thank you, Bobster. Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Mama Bear, Baby Bear, Archangel Michael, Miraku, and thank you, you. I send so much love your way. Thank you, Mystics. Thank you, Mystics. Thank you, Mystics. See you Wednesday. Bye.
Every day there's a new horizon. Birds keep on singing, earth keeps on spinning. Time to toss any fears that rule you. Dance to vibrations, no limitations.